What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. And in this video we're going to be talking about why I'm becoming a little bit worried about Battlefront 2, because the last 6 months has pretty much been all sunshine and rainbows for this game, but lately things have been slowly becoming a little bit worrying for this game, within the game itself, behind the scenes, and also given the circumstances going on in the world right now. So we're going to get into all of that throughout this video. Now, I don't mean for this to be like a negative video or anything like that, but I am seeing a lot of people around the community getting a little bit worried about this game's longevity, and I am sharing the same worry as of right now. So again, this isn't a negative video, just, mindlessly bashing the game, so people who think that it is can honestly take a hike, I don't care. But before we dive into this, I did post a big video on Jedi Fallen Order a few days ago, which was a long, in-depth look at the game, and it's similar to the videos that I make on my second channel. And I have had a few people who tend to get notified of my videos say that they didn't get notified for that one, so I will link that in this video for you to check out once we're all done here. And of course, if you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe to the channel for more Star Wars gaming content. But anyway, let's get stuck right into this, as there is a lot that I want to cover today, as I haven't made a video just purely discussing Battlefront for a couple weeks, so I'm just going to have an off-script discussion here. Now, the first thing that I want to get to in this video is the issues regarding the community manager for Battlefront 2 and the delay in the latest Scarif update, which was originally supposed to be here right now, but given ongoing events with the virus, it got delayed to mid-April. Now, casual Battlefront 2 players might not be able to fully appreciate what I'm about to discuss regarding Battlefront 2's community manager, and that's fine. But for those who don't know, when Battlefront 2 was in total disarray over a year and a half ago, it was largely due to the repercussions from the launch of the game. Plus, Battlefront 2 had a community manager that basically done absolutely nothing for this community, leaving players in the dark with no communication between players and the developers. His name was Sledgehammer or something on Twitter, and he was just a woeful community manager, and because of that, Battlefront 2's community was just a total nightmare. Then we got a new community manager by the name of Ben Walk, who has done a lot for this game's community, and if it wasn't for him, there would be a lot of players who would not still be around. He basically came in and communicated well with players, made sure that players were as informed as possible regarding Battlefront 2, whether it be upcoming content, bug fixes, or whatever it may be. And it was Ben's inclusion to the Battlefront 2 community that really helped shape things into what they are today. Well, we learned recently that Ben would be stepping down as community manager for Battlefront 2 because he was getting a promotion. He was supposed to step down after the release of the Scarif DLC, but because it got delayed, we still have him attached to the game, as this will be his last update regardless of delays. Now, the thing that's worrying me is the fact that we have heard absolutely nothing of a replacement for a community manager to replace Ben when he's gone. Even though if the events with the virus weren't going on, he would already be gone by now. So that leaves me a little bit worried as to the longevity of Battlefront 2. But also, even if Battlefront 2's live service does continue, if they are even going to be appointing a new community manager. Either way, it would be a pretty bad situation for Battlefront 2. Now, they could just be waiting for Ben's departure to announce a new community manager, or there might not be a new one for a variety of reasons. Honestly, who knows? But this seems like a really obscure time for a change like this, given Battlefront 2's trajectory over the past few months. So that's the first issue that I wanted to discuss in this video. Now, I know I personally have been very optimistic when it comes to Battlefront 2's longevity in the past, but lately it's all just seemed to shift away. Now, we do know there's at least going to be one update after the Scarif update comes out in a couple weeks' time, as the community manager has referred to a lot of requests players have had regarding fixes or whatever it may be, and he addresses it by saying looking to make changes in the next update or stuff like that. Which obviously does not mean the update already locked in to be released, so we know that there's at least one more update coming to Battlefront 2, which is great. But to be honest, I expect that to be further delayed, as well as all of DICE's developers are now working from home, which is going to have obvious knock-on effects for this game. Now, this could mean any and all future updates for this game could be either delayed slightly or with a very, very long delay. And to be honest, delays are about the only way that I actually see Battlefront 2 getting live service until the end of the year. With the developers working from home, with the stuff going on with the world right now and the virus, the fact that the community manager is leaving, it all just really does not fill me with a lot of confidence when it comes to the longevity of Battlefront 2. Even Elliot from Battlefront Updates thinks that this game is about to come to an end, and obviously that's just a guess from him, it's not confirmation, but he is usually super optimistic about Battlefront 2, and as far as YouTubers go, he is about the closest to EA and DICE out of anyone. So when I saw that he wasn't very confident, it definitely got me thinking about it, and hence why I'm making this video, as the more I put the puzzle pieces together, it is making me more and more worried. Now, I obviously don't take joy in saying all of this, as my livelihood is dependent on Battlefront 2, so this isn't the viewpoint that I want to have. But you guys know how I run the channel. I speak my mind, I don't sugarcoat anything, I call it how I see it, and this is how I see it. And if that annoys people, then that's just too bad. Now, moving on to another thing that I just want to cover in this video. The virus has just about brought the globe to a halt, and that's also going to have effects on Battlefront 2, and it already has, as we all know. But I think that the lack of progress with this game could make it more enticing for EA to pull the pin on Battlefront 2. It's no secret that Battlefront 2 made EA a lot of money over the holiday period of 2019, when Star Wars was a really big talking point. We had the release of Jedi Fallen Order, then we had the Rise of Skywalker, and Battlefront 2 Celebration Edition. Now, we will not see a spike like that again for Star Wars in quite some time, so there isn't going to be a period where EA are going to make pretty much any money off Battlefront 2 again. There's no movie to promote alongside a game to get people thinking about Star Wars. There's no other games besides LEGO Star Wars this year, which isn't going to appeal to the vast majority anyway. So there's not going to be that peak point for the game again, and we know that they release skins too slow for them to make money off of this game, so that again also does not fill me with a lot of optimism for the future of this game. Honestly, apart from reputation building, I don't see a logical reason for EA to continue service on this game, and that makes me really anxious. And like I said, given the way things are going with the world right now, Battlefront 2 looks like it could fall as a casualty as well, and that really sucks to say because Battlefront 2 still has so much potential. Like, we don't even have heroes like Ahsoka, Ventress, Mace Windu, Padme, or maps like Coruscant or Mustafar, or new locations from the Rise of Skywalker. There is still just so much untapped potential for this game, so it really sucks to think that we might not see it come to Battlefront 2. Now, in an ideal world, Battlefront 2 will get live service up until another multiplayer Star Wars game, preferably a Battlefront 3. Like, they run it up until the hype of the next game, just like what they did with Battlefront 2015 and Battlefront 2. That's how I want things to go, but I just don't see that panning out. Now, the last worry that I have in this video that I want to get to is Battlefront 2, its player base and people holding interest in the game, it seems to be declining over the past month or so. Now, I've noticed this both in Battlefront 2's lobbies on console and PC, but I've also noticed it on YouTube as well. I am running into a lot more empty lobbies now than I have in the past few months. There's been times when I haven't been able to find games of Supremacy at like 8 PM at night, which is obviously very concerning. So I just have to settle for Heroes vs Villains or co-op or something like that. And like I said, it's something that I've noticed over the past month specifically. Now, the same goes for numbers on YouTube for Battlefront 2. Views are down across the board for pretty much all of the bigger Battlefront YouTubers. But the past few months have been really good for us. Like, my channel personally has nearly tripled in size, but it's not hard to notice that the numbers are down and people seem to be just less interested on YouTube at the moment. And it does seem to be getting worse and worse, which is pretty worrying. Now, I obviously don't know what the current player count for Battlefront 2 is right now, but it has certainly dropped, and it's probably dropped a lot. But if EA catch wind of the decline in interest and player numbers, it sounds like I'm repeating my point, but they will be much more inclined to put a stopper on Battlefront 2, as this game has sort of been the expensive pain in the ass of the EA games over the past couple years. And let's be brutally honest, if Battlefront 2 was not a Star Wars game, it would have been canned a long time ago, and I feel like at this point, they'd be looking for any opportunity to pull the pin on Battlefront 2 entirely. But I guess all we can do as players is just bite the bullet, play the game, and hope for the best, because the cancellation of Battlefront 2's live service would be a damn shame given all of the untapped potential. But I think that's most of what I wanted to cover in this video. Like I said, guys, I don't intend for this video to be like a negative hate video. I had a few bullet points that I wanted to just sit down and discuss with you guys off script, as I am worried about Battlefront 2. Like, I am. There's no point in hiding it. I don't have pleasure in making this video like this, but I like to be transparent with you guys. But I mean, go ahead and let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this. Are you becoming worried? Because I wouldn't be surprised if you are. And I do feel like if you're full of optimism right now, then you might be in a little bit of denial. I don't know. Just go ahead and let me know down in the comments. But guys, that's just about going to do it for this video. If you want to see more of these unfiltered discussion videos, then be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. And remember to check out my last video, as it's kind of like a video essay on Jedi Fallen Order that I think a lot of you guys will like. But that is going to do it for me today, so stay safe guys and have a good one.